Hello guys, in this episode we'll write a simple Java code and then we'll see how we can execute Java code and eventually what are the steps that are involved. So like we discussed in our previous video, it all starts with writing a code in some file and naming that file with the .java extension, and then we use Java compiler to compile the class, which will give us the bytecode, and then we will send that bytecode to JVM, and then JVM will run that code. Eventually it's converted to machine code. Then you will see the output, right? So like I mentioned before, machine can understand only ones and zeros, which is machine level code. Okay, so looking at this diagram here, I quickly put it together. So this is what we're gonna execute in this episode. So here you see you have hello world.java class, which is written in Java language and then compiles into bytecode. And when you compile the this code, it will generate the file with the same name but with dot class extension. So whenever you see any files with the dot class extension, that means that is bytecode. And if you open that file, you cannot read and you won't understand what's going on there. It's all bits and pieces, right? Then JVM will take that bytecode and will run that in the machine, right? So that's what we're gonna demo in this episode. So I have this empty folder here with this picture. The tools that you need to execute or to follow along this video is you need Java installed in your machine. In my machine it is currently like Java 17, but you can install whatever like latest version that you have at the moment. Right? And then I'm using VS Code IDE for writing this code, but it's of your choice. You can use whatever editor that you are comfortable. For example, IntelliJ or Notepad. Any editor is fine. Okay. I think that's all you need to execute the follow along this video. Okay. So let's create a new file, and before that, in the Visual Code, let's close this. Visual Code, when you open it, it's basically empty here, and this is the folder I opened. Then if you want to open the terminal, so you can go to the terminal here, you can click on new terminal. Okay, so when you open the terminal, you will see this prompt here. What you can do, if you want to check any commands, you can directly execute it here. I want to check my Java version in my machine. So what I can do is, when you install Java, if it is installed successfully, you can execute this command. Then you will see what Java version that you're running on. So in my case, it is Java 17, right? So if you have question on where do you download Java, so basically you can go to oracle.com/Java, and here if you go to download Java, you can see all versions of Java downloads. And then here if you go to Java 21 or Java 17, currently it is Java 21. You can try either one of those, right? So if you go to JDK 21, JDK 17, you can see all downloads here for different operating systems, Linux, Mac OS and Windows, right? Follow along these steps and download that. If you run into problems or any questions, you can post them in the comments and I will address them. Okay. So let's get to the program. So what I do, from the diagram, I want to create a Java file, right? So let's name that hello world.java, right? So don't worry about what is this class. Don't worry about any of this code right now. The only thing that you want to take away from this video is how do you execute Java code and run it, right? So to run the Java class, you need public static void main method and then main method will take args, and then we will print out welcome to narsicloud lectures, right? So this is what I like to print. I like to print on them as an output, right? I want to print this message. So how do we do that, right? So now you have Java code. So how do you compile this, right? So like I mentioned, once you install Java in your machine, you will have access to the Java compiler, right? So here I am in this Java basic folder here. If you see present working directory, I'm in Java basic folder, and then what files I have hello world.java. So to compile this, what do you use? Java C. Java C stands for Java compiler, and then you will provide file name, right? hello world.java. So what should happen when you compile? What should happen? It generates bytecode, right, with the same name but with .class extension, right? See that. So it's compiled. Now you see it created this class file. It has bytecode. If you try to open it, it doesn't. File cannot be displayed in the text editor. Even if it displays, basically you will see all special characters. You won't understand anything from that, right? So this has bytecode, and now we want to use that bytecode, the class file, and then run it, right? How do you run it? Basically JVM will understand the bytecode, right? What you need to do to you invoke JVM behind the scenes, you use Java program here, Java binary, right? You use Java command, and then you will provide the file name of that class file. So what is the file name? hello world.class, right? Here little thing that you need to remember, we don't have to provide .class extension here, right? You can take away .class. You just have to provide hello world. Then Java will understand, oh, it assumes that you're providing class name, the dot class file. It assumes that. So if you look at the compiler, you're providing the whole dot extension as well. So that is the difference between the compiler and when you're running the program. So this is the Java hello world is about running the program, right? You see, when I run it, you will see this output, right? That's the expectation. See here, welcome to narsicloud. So it displayed the output. Basically what it did, it took this class file which has this code behind the scenes, right? And then it ran this code. In this code, what I wrote in Java, hey, display print this string, that's what I said, and it did that, right? So for example, now if you go a little bit further, little detail, not too depth, in the hello world.class, you see you have main method. There is a reason why it is named main, right? So what happens is, when you run Java hello world, whatever file that you give, first it looks for main method, then only it can run this class. Otherwise it will throw error saying main class is not found, right? Whatever the class that you are giving here, that should have a main method. Otherwise you cannot run the Java programs. You can consider this like a entry point of your program. Then Java would start from here, and then it will go on, right? I mean, that kind of detail is enough for now, but for now you just focus on how you compile the program, how you generated the .class file, which is a bytecode, and then how you ran the program, right? For example, I'll change the method here. Then if I run it directly, what would you expect to see? You cannot see this message, updated message. You would still see the older message because you are providing the previously generated class file, right? Once you made changes to the code, you have not compiled it. So see what I'm saying. It still displays here, welcome to narsicloud. For you to reflect these changes, you would have to compile again, right? Java C hello world.java. Now it generated new class file. Now if you run it, you will see updated message. See, right? Yeah, that is a demo of our previous discussion about writing Java code, compiling, and then executing it. So just to summarize, what are all the key players here? Your program itself, and the JDK that you install in the machine, and then Java compiler, and then JVM, which is the one which will understand the bytecode, right? So eventually JVM is running this code on the machine, right? Yeah, this is a very basic understanding of Java code execution. So if I ask you a question now, okay, like we usually do, right? I'm giving a question to you, so try to answer that in the comments of the video. So the question is, what is main method? Okay, so explore that. What is the purpose of main method? Why does it have to be name is main, right? So yeah, try to answer that question. And if I change this, let me show you. I'll change the name of this method, main1, right? Let's compile it. I compiled. Now if you run that, you will see error. See, main method not found in class hello world. Please define the main method as public static void main. See, it is saying that. So yeah, that is a little bit feel of how you write Java code and execute it. So going forward, like, you would not do this manually. When you so compiling the code means you can call it as a building process. You are building the code, right? That is a build process. So when you get into writing big applications, you would not go into every folder and compile this. You would not do that. And it takes a lot of time, right? That's where your IDEs will help with a few commands. There are build tools that you can use, but we'll all get into that later during the course of these classes, right? So eventually you'll be able to comfortably do all these develop applications and bigger applications as we go through this course. Okay, so for now, that's all I have, and in the next video let's catch up with another concept of Java, right? See you guys. Thank you.